Hey guys, we're out here working. It's April 27th and it's snowing. I just walked out here and had a good clip of all the snow stuck to my arm. But it's not lasting too much. It's too warm. The air temp must be in the clouds. You can see across the muck if the camera ever focuses that it's snowing over there. This is a cloud that just passed over us. So anyway, we're gonna go inside and keep working on Leroy's four-wheeler. Get that done. Got the boys, two of the boys. And we're working on a gas tank. So yesterday, I got this petcock a while back. Oh, I was gonna go in and get my headlamp. I forgot that. So I got this metal petcock, and the nipple was on this side. It fit, but the holes were a little bit scrunched together too much, so I chucked a bit in the drill press, stuck it through the hole, and just pulled on it till the drill cut over and widened out the holes. So now the hole spacing's right. And then I took a spade drill and screwed the little starting tip in there and till it spun and pulled it out. Well, out of this side, so it was in this side. Then I went in here with a drill and drilled all the way through. Found a grub screw, threaded that, and coated this with, well, and then I put it in the vise with the nipple and pushed the nipple in from this end. 1/4 inch bit, and it was the right size, and I think the bracket of the brass nipple's tapered, so it's nice and tight now. It's very tight, actually. And then I put moto seal on this grub screw and screwed it in there and left it overnight. So we just put that on this morning, and then we're ready to keep tearing into it. So this is the old one. I use moto seal to keep that piece of brake line in there. It just never worked very well at all. I don't think this is plastic. I think it's... Maybe it is plastic. But we're getting that done, and we're going to get the starter done too. Here. Break the nipple off, youngin'. So that's what we're up to. I got to watch the kids keep working here. We'll check in with you in a bit. Alright guys, it's still snowing here. It's still snowing. Anyway, we got the 425 going, running. And I don't have a camera mount on it, so I'm just going to take the old selfie stick out, and we're going to go for a ride. So first, here's the starter. Here's Leroy's starter. All covered in mud. Mud, sweat, and blood, if you believe what Johnny Cash says. There's the magnets. So, alright, and here's the other brushes and stuff. So, yeah, so it still did turn, but I was looking at the brushes, and that one's got a little bit of brush left, and that one doesn't move at all. So, I wouldn't be so surprised if that was full of water last winter, and say the starter sits like this and there's an inch of water in the bottom, and then the rotor tries to turn. Oh, that is yuck. So if the rotor tries to turn and it froze to one of the two magnets, it wouldn't be beyond reason that it would yank the magnet and break it loose, right? Because that's a pretty hard hit when you clunk the starter and try and make it go. So it'd be interesting to take a little bit more of a closer look, see if any of the wiring. This stator is actually very well epoxied or whatever they use, the conformal coating. It's very well coated. So I'm thinking maybe one of the magnets came loose and just slid over until it hit the other magnet, because it was cranking, but it was cranking at a reduced rate. Unless, of course, one of these brushes stopped making contact. So we got that figured out. I took it for a rip already, and then I realized that, we need to make an episode on this. So the shop needs to be cleaned up, and we got to keep on going with painting and whatnot. Blaine's ripping the AC apart, but we don't have a long enough screwdriver for the long screws. The split in the case is right down here, so I did a couple cuts with the old angle grinder to see if I could make that work. Cut through the screw. So let's see. Here's the last brake pads and brake stuff. Gonna chuck that out quick. Man, I'm freezing cold. I sat down, I had a cup of coffee and checking on some of my orders and shipping stuff. So we got a petcock that was supposed to be for a 425, and the mounting bolts, I had to stretch the holes out with I guess we did cover that already, so I had to do that, and then I stuck it together and it leaked, so I took some Moto Seal and wet the area where the groove where the rubber, it's like an O-ring gasket thing. Pretty common with those style of petcocks as far as I know. Wet that and laid the rubber into the groove. With the tank upside down, I put it all back together again. And even with fresh oil, that's what it looks like. So we'll have to change that sometime soon. I don't know when, but... So the recoil works. Got a ton of cord. The starter works now. It's got a little bit of a crackle to it depending what RPM you're running at, but the gas was submerged in water, so I'm not sure if it's related to wire and fuel, but it's mostly okay. I'm not gonna mess with it unless it becomes a real issue. So I went down to where the big water hole is and did some pushing the logs around and whatnot. So man, this thing is a tank. It barely fits through that area, so that's why we're pushing stuff around. All right guys, I don't have a camera mount on this. Now we're going to take the selfie stick and just iron arm it through the woods. And the motor's cold. I think what she needs a one. I think we're going to go into neutral and see if that helps. Full choke. Let's see, we are... Oh dear. That's more like it. Ah, it's snowing again. So cold. I hate you, winter. Oh yeah, we can't cross the bridge over there because there's a... Hey, squirrely, you little fat... Wow, look at these flowers blooming down there. They're getting their butts froze off. Oh, now I just drove into a tree. I guess we'll go down there and look at them. I got the rear brake pretty well adjusted. Oh, you can't go on a ride. Not if we're doing camera stuff. I don't even know what these are, but this used to be a lot less grown up. You can't go along. I got my camera. I'll come back and get you a ride. Well, maybe we're going to have just a little bit shorter of a ride. They pulled some logs out here with the horsies. I'm going to go. Wow. Okay. Four-wheel drive switch is being a little bit weird. Ah, some sticks. Here's a tree halfway in the pond. I did go through here the other day with my little pool saw and try and cut the sticks out of my way. Trails are pretty tight and technical. The funny thing is, the Honda 200 can basically go circles around this. I guess we'll go down here. We're gonna do a figure eight through the whole thing. There's a big pine tree, skunk cabbages. So I wasn't able to tighten the front two chains on this all the way, but it seems like it wants to work, so. There might be some mud in the switch. Anyway, I'm gonna go in 4 low. That switch isn't getting the memo. Oh, it's in is 4-wheel drive. Well, maybe I'm not getting the memo. Alright. Wow. Nope. I'll dig holes and then we won't even be able to get the Hondas up here. There we go. Alright. So much snow. Why is it snowing? I saw a picture from last year and the trees were leafy. And I brought home a bundle of slab wood. How crazy is that though? What's this year, just stuck in adolescence? Like our emasculated society. I'm going to use the foot brake and this won't end well. Nope. It's going to end perfectly fine. Alright, we'll get to see the mud hole then. Well, I'm happy the rear brakes work. I was looking for the bleed screw on the rear brake caliper and I couldn't find anything. Ooh, this is always so scary. And then you end up right against a tree. Funny, the hole's even cleared out. So There's some logs in this hole here, and I got them out. This is pretty deep. Almost to the footboards. But it's such that the Honda should be able to get through without too much of a big fuss. Like right here, oh, that's a handlebar hitter. It doesn't hit the handlebar, it's just a little more scary with the camera in hand. This is a rough rider, but she goes through stuff that other four-wheelers won't even dare to look at. I think I'll go up here again. Go up here and take the upper trail. There's a little pops and bangs that happen sometimes. Ah, that had some really red lynchings growing on it. That's a pretty tight pinch right there. This is a pretty cool drop down trail. Pretty tight, man. It's a big girl. I kind of want one. I'm dreaming about owning either a 300 or 350 Honda Sport, or I had a Trail Boss 250, and that was a cool four-wheeler. So if I could find like a 350 two-stroke four-wheel drive Polaris, that would be great. I mean, a cheap 250, I wouldn't pass that up. So, oh, we can't go the other trail because, uh-oh, lost the old momentum. Yeah, I don't know what that backfire is all about. Might just need a carburetor cleaning or something in that line. It happened too on a ride, and I wasn't so sure. I thought maybe, well, maybe it's ate some water and there's some damp in the filter, and that's it. But all right, this is the end of our ride. My thumb's froze, and we'll edit that into the video. And no, we're not into strange stuff. It's just a disc plate I found and hung there. Someday it'll find its way into the scrap pile, I'd assume. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna go do our thing now. And I'd say the 425 is ready for some more partying. And if we got time, we'll change the rear end oil. If not, probably better than what it was back when I first saw it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.